welcome to Election Night in America. Tonight, former Vice President Joe Biden takes on President Donald Trump. It is time now for the 7 p.m. poll closings. In the state of Vermont, reliably Democratic Vermont goes to Joe Biden. This is no surprise. In Kentucky, Donald Trump is the projected winner of 8 electoral votes. In South Carolina, Donald Trump will win 9 electoral votes. In Indiana, Donald Trump will win 11 electoral votes, in Mike Pence's home state. In Virginia, it is too close to call, with Joe Biden leading by 5%. In Georgia, another state that is becoming a swing state, Donald Trump is up by 2%. Looking at the electoral map now, Donald Trump has 28 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 3. And it is time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. In West Virginia, Donald Trump is the projected winner, an easy win for him. In North Carolina, he is leading Joe Biden by 12 points, but these are early returns, and this race will definitely narrow up throughout the night. In Ohio, meanwhile, the race is already close in another big swing state. Joe Biden is up by 1%. And looking at the current electoral map, Donald Trump has added 5 more electoral votes from West Virginia. He has 33. Joe Biden has 3. It is time now for the 8 p.m. poll closings, one of the largest batches in the nation. Starting in the South with Alabama, Donald Trump is the projected winner of Alabama and its 9 electoral votes. He wins Mississippi with its 6 electoral votes. Tennessee, Oklahoma, a state where he won every county in 2016. And now moving on to states where Biden will win. Illinois, he takes 20 electoral votes. Joe Biden will win Maryland with its 10 electoral votes. He wins Delaware, his home state where he was a senator from. And New Jersey, he will win with 14 electoral votes going into his column. Joe Biden also wins Connecticut with its 7 electoral votes. Rhode Island with its 4 electoral votes, and Massachusetts, another reliably Democratic state, he wins there with 11 electoral votes. In Maine, Joe Biden is the projected winner of 3 out of the 4 electoral votes. Maine and Nebraska are the 2 states that split their electoral votes based on congressional district, and Joe Biden has won 3 of them. In Virginia, Joe Biden is now the projected winner here, a state where the polls closed an hour ago. And in the District of Columbia, Joe Biden is going to win, no surprise here, a reliably Democratic area. Pennsylvania is too close to call, with Joe Biden ahead by 2% over Donald Trump. This was a Trump state 4 years ago. In Maine, Joe Biden is actually trailing Donald Trump. This is the 2nd congressional district. Donald Trump did win this 4 years ago, and Trump is up by 8 points tonight, but it will probably get closer. In Florida, a massive swing state, 29 electoral votes, and Donald Trump is up by 1%. In New Hampshire, Joe Biden has a hefty 8% lead over Donald Trump, with its 4 electoral votes at stake. And in Missouri, this is a state where we do expect Trump to win, but we can't quite call it yet. However, there is a 15-point lead for Donald Trump. And looking at the electoral map, Joe Biden has 91 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 66. It is 8:30 Eastern Time, and we can now make another projection as the polls just closed in Arkansas, and Donald Trump is the winner there. We are also able to project, we don't have any other projections. Looking at the electoral map, Donald Trump has 72 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 91. And we can now make a projection in the state of Missouri. Donald Trump will win Missouri with its 10 electoral votes. The electoral map now, Joe Biden has 91, Donald Trump has 82. It is 9 p.m. in the East, and we have major projections now. Louisiana, Donald Trump wins Louisiana, no surprise there. He wins Texas, 38 electoral votes, not surprising. Kansas, with its 6 electoral votes. Nebraska, remember this is the other state along with Maine that splits its electoral votes. Donald Trump is going to win 4 of the 5 electoral votes here. In North Dakota, Donald Trump is the winner. South Dakota, Donald Trump is the winner. And Wyoming, Donald Trump is the winner. In New York, we can project that Joe Biden will win New York with its 29 electoral votes. Minnesota. This is a state that was very close 4 years ago, but Biden is going to win tonight quite easily. And New Mexico, a state that is not really so much of a swing state anymore, and Joe Biden is the winner there. In Colorado, Joe Biden is going to win that state as well. It's an important state for him to carry, and he has carried it early. Now in Michigan, an important swing state, a Trump state from 4 years ago, but Biden is ahead by 4 points. Wisconsin, it's 50-50. Arizona, another swing state, Trump is up by 2 points. And in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, Joe Biden is ahead by 2 points, which is actually quite surprising. Looking at the electoral map now, Donald Trump has 147 electoral votes. Joe Biden has 144. It is 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we can make another few projections. In Montana, Donald Trump wins the reliably Republican Montana. He wins reliably Republican Utah as well. Iowa, Donald Trump is up by 4 percentage points in Iowa. In Nevada, we don't have any information here yet. It is too early to call this state. Michigan, we are now projecting that Joe Biden has flipped the state of Michigan. This is another 16 electoral votes in his column. And now looking at the electoral map, Joe Biden is ahead now 160 to 156. And we have major projections to make now. In Ohio, Donald Trump is the winner in Ohio. This is a state he carried 4 years ago. It's critical to his win tonight. No Republican has won the White House without it. And in Georgia, Donald Trump will win Georgia with its 16 electoral votes. This isn't that much of a surprise, but Joe Biden thought maybe he could contest it. Donald Trump has now taken the lead back. He has 190 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 160. It's 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and the polls are closing in the West. In California, Joe Biden, the projected winner, with 55 electoral votes, the largest prize in the United States. Washington, 12 more electoral votes in his camp. Oregon, another Biden state, and Hawaii will also be going to Joe Biden with 4 electoral votes. In Pennsylvania, this is a major projection. Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania with its 20 electoral votes. And in Idaho, Donald Trump will win this state. This is not really surprising. He has now carried Iowa, a state he carried 4 years ago. He will win it again tonight, though by a closer margin. On the electoral map, Donald Trump with 200, Biden with 258. He has now flipped 2 of the 3 Rust Belt states he needs to take this election. And stand by for major projections starting in North Carolina. Donald Trump has carried this state. Once again, it's important for him to win, but Joe Biden has flipped Wisconsin. And now looking at the map, Joe Biden is all but 2 electoral votes short of the 270 needed to win. He has 268, Donald Trump has 215. Stand by now for major projections. In Nevada, Joe Biden is the winner. It typically takes a while to get vote results here, but Joe Biden is the winner, which means that Joe Biden will be elected President of the United States. And we are now going to look at the electoral map. Joe Biden with 274 to Donald Trump's 215. It's time for the 1 a.m. poll closings, the sole state of Alaska. Donald Trump is the winner here, no surprise. He's also going to win in Nebraska, all 5 electoral votes now. And in Maine, he will carry the 2nd congressional district, just as he did 4 years ago, although again, not by as big a margin. And in New Hampshire, we project that Joe Biden will win this state. It was actually quite close, it took us a while to call, but it is going to be a Biden state. He now has 278 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 220. And we have our final projections of the night now. In Florida, Donald Trump has won Florida, the biggest swing state. He will carry this state once again. In Arizona, Joe Biden will flip Arizona, and it will be Democratic for the first time since 1996. Joe Biden has 289 electoral votes on the final electoral map to Donald Trump's 249. Thank you for watching Election Night 2020.